What's up, DB fans? What up, my fellow Ningen? This is the one and only Cyberman 312 coming at you live from the 31st universe, bringing you an ad-free rendition of Dragon Ball Super predictions. So yeah, just gonna talk some predictions for episode 76. Goku and Krillin all up in this weird forest. So looks like these enemies are giant, and Krillin is actually scared because they're attacking him. And we're going to see a bunch of villains from the past. And here's Marin and 18 looking on at Krillin, obviously concerned. And it's just a weird forest. Looks like it messes with their fears. And here we see Demon King Piccolo, Vegeta and Nappa, the Ginyu Force, Perfect Cell, Frieza, and they're huge. So, Goku's telling Krillin, like, man, don't be afraid. But Krillin, he's just scared to death. These villains are super powerful. And, yeah, so next on Dragon Ball Super, defeat these terrifying enemies. But, yeah, we'll see how Krillin and Goku take care of these enemies from the past. And looks like they're firing off a best friend Kamehameha. Awesome. So this guy, I was wondering, like, why is Krillin so afraid of this guy when he appeared? But then I did a little research, and this guy, his name is Tambourine. He's from Dragon Ball, and he was actually the first character to ever kill Krillin, according to my research. Hopefully, I hope I got my sources right. But I never really watched Dragon Ball, but that's pretty much what I know about that guy. And looks like here's Marin and 18 looking into fortune teller Baba's crystal ball. 18 was probably concerned, like, man, why is Krillin back from training yet? He just went to Roshi's. So they're probably over at Roshi's, and fortune teller Baba's like, why don't you see for yourself? Look at the weak husband that you married. But, yeah, 18's probably cheering him on, in her thoughts and whatnot. But this is a really trippy forest. It seems like this forest actually, messes with your fears and whatnot and essentially exploits them. It's just one of those mindset sort of tests, a test of the mind and spirit, I guess you could say, and kind of testing your perseverance and your bravery and whatnot. Basically a test of the mind here. But Krillin, he's just scared to death because all these villains from the past are coming back, and they really hurt him. But comicbook.com, Dragon Ball Super episode 76 synopsis by Megan Peters, shout out to you, girl. The fearful forest test. What are these fearsome foes that they meet? Illusions of rivals suddenly appear. Frieza, Boo, Piccolo, and even Vegeta attack our heroes. And so here we see Demon King Piccolo. And this guy was actually a very powerful rival back in the Dragon Ball days. And he was actually indirectly responsible for Krillin's death in Dragon Ball. So, of course, Krillin's going to be afraid of him. Vegeta and Nappa, these Saiyans were originally introduced in Dragon Ball Z, and when they came, they pretty much murdered almost all of Krillin's friends. So, and here's the Ginyu Force, and we see Jace and Butter and Raccoon and Goldo, of course. But these guys actually, Raccoon actually beat the crap out of Krillin, so he's going to be afraid of him. And Perfect Cell, he pretty much broke Krillin's neck with a kick. And, of course, Krillin's going to be afraid of him. Cell was a very, very dangerous enemy. And now here we see Deborah in the corner here. Krillin's, of course, going to be afraid of him. He actually did turn him into stone. And look how giant these characters are now. Kuririn this week in the face of battle, he loses the will to fight. Krillin is gripped with the fear at the prospect of fighting against his previously defeated rivals. But once he clears these thoughts, something happens. So I'm going to predict that once he loses the fear, maybe the enemies shrink back down, because I feel like maybe the more scared that you are, the bigger that they get, because if you noticed, they're pretty much Uzaru sized in, that one clip. But I predict that they're gonna get really small once Krillin's fear goes away, and a crazy far out prediction would be that they actually turn into babies. That'd be pretty funny. But here's Goku telling Krillin not to be afraid, and Krillin right here, I feel like this is where he's actually hyping himself up to be brave, and this is probably where he actually comes to terms with himself and realizes, man, I gotta be brave, man. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I gotta protect my family when stuff hits the fan. So I predict that right here is where he's actually hyping himself up and getting over the fear. And I predict that this is actually going to be the beginning of the episode. They're going to try their best Goku's actually going to try and help Krillin get over his fears. And right here they fire off a Kamehameha, but probably nothing happens. And maybe the only way to truly defeat them is to not be afraid of them. So it's probably going to be a test for Krillin, and they're going to pass the test and find the Paradise Herb, and Master Roshi is going to teach him a new power-up. So those are the predictions for this episode. Thank you all very much for checking out the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know down in the comment section. Feel free to let me know what you think. What are your predictions? What are your opinions? What did you think of the video overall? And like I said, thank you very much for checking it out. And have a great, awesome day.